It's not possible! No one's ever been able to...
It's getting real annoying because I don't actually know where this is recording. Center. Cool. So, today's the morning after pre-release. As you can probably tell from the title, I got first. I went XO, undefeated. It was a long tournament. Went for 8 hours, but by the end of it, I got the prize. I got the Dragonoids. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. So I kind of wanted to just show off like what my deck looked like throughout the tournament. Yeah, let's just get into it. Okay. Okay, so for my lineup, I was playing Hydrus Ultra, Fangzor, and Nobilius. I initially started with the Darkest Hydronoid free pack, and none of the Bakugan it came with were good, so I just looked through all the Evos I got, all the cards I got, and figured, you know, these are probably the best ones I have. I didn't have Pyravian, I maybe would have used him, but Fangzor actually, in the end, was doing a little better than Pyravian from what I saw from other people, so I think it worked out fine. But let's get into the rest of the deck. So the problem with this pre-release was there wasn't a lot of good cards coming out of Age of Aurelus. It's mostly Evos, and that's really it. There wasn't a lot of like good cards. Like of my packs that I opened, like 75% of them were Pyrus, so I was stuck into Pyrus basically. I didn't have any. I mean, I was going to go into Pyrus probably anyway because of some of the cards I pulled from the starter deck, but I kind of hoped to branch out into... I was hoping to abuse some cards like Wildfire with the Aurelus, or using an Aurelus Bakugan, but I didn't have enough Aurelus cards to even consider it, or enough other cards, other playable cards to even consider it, so you're going to see most of the cards I used were out of the structure deck. And, I mean, they were good. They did well. But it was an interesting event. So, I was playing the 2 Thunderbolt from this deck, the 2 Dark Waters, and the Deep Dive for the ones. Rerolls were really nice for this event because no one really had them. So, like, you knew if a person missed, or, you know, something happened and you needed, like, the Dark Waters just sometimes was able to just get me 200 over an opponent or 100 over an opponent, being able to just kind of draw a card and being able to overall just get to like a better core. Rerolls are awesome in general, but just for this pre-release they kind of were premium. And then, you know, Thunderbolt, all of my guys, Hydrus, Fangzor, and Nobilius all had kind of low damage, high B power, so this kind of was pretty decent. Past turn 1 it was usually being energized, but otherwise it was pretty good. Then we had, for the 2s, we had 2 Dark Path. It was fine, 300 B power, wasn't bad. 2 Air Zeros, I probably used this once in the entire tournament to my advantage. Every other time was like hoping to get a flip off the top and not, or not a flip, a reroll off the top and not getting it, or just hoping for some kind of beat boost and not getting it. So don't care for Air Zero, but it was there. 2 Blinding Inks was great, being able to negate action cards. Most of the action cards we were seeing were under 3, both in Constructed and this tournament, so that was pretty nice to just kind of stop anything they were doing. And then 2 Darkest Petrify. I really didn't have any other options, but it actually was kind of, if it would focus, nope, alright. It was, actually, it came in clutch a few games. I think there was a game against Jet where just like 2 turns in a row, I didn't let him do any damage when he was actually able to get an attack through. So that was pretty decent. Otherwise, it was kind of bad. For threes, we were playing 2 Flame Wave out of the structure deck. 3 for 600 was very, very good in this tournament. It's kind of hard for people to deal with it. Also in the threes, we're playing Wildfire. It wasn't as good. It wasn't as good because I wasn't getting this Aurelus benefit. So that was kind of unfortunate, but overall, it was a pretty handy card, just being able to get that extra 400 B power that I may have needed. I was also playing Dust to Dust. It was card draw, it was B power. It wasn't. It was fine most of the tournament. I mean, it definitely won me a game or two. Yeah, you're gonna notice through all these things, most of my cards weren't like amazing, but neither were anyone else's, so that's kind of what helped. Fours, I was playing 2 Mud Pit. I hated this card. I don't think I used it once the entire tournament. 1 Sinkhole. This actually, I wish I had pulled more. This actually was pretty decent this tournament. It just stops any action. There's an action we'll get to later that it was mainly negating. It was really good. Came in clutch. And also Shadow Dogs. This card actually came in clutch a few times. It's a 4-cost reroll. If you reroll, or if you open on the reroll, you get 400 B power, and Victor, your opponent must discard 2 cards. It was pretty good. That 400, if your opponent like taps out to get over you or whatever, it's or to Evo or something, you know. This came in clutch a few games, and I feel like it might be slept on. I'm gonna have to play it a few times in some decks and test it, but it certainly performed very well in the tournament. I did play 1 Mind Control from the structure deck as well. I didn't like it. I didn't have anything else to play, but I used it because... Now this was the card that was kind of like the scary card of most of the tournament, was the Aqua Splash. Yeah, it's a 5-cost, it's kind of expensive, but the 1200 B power, you can't really beat that. It was very hard to get over this entire tournament. Any time in a game where someone played it, you basically won that turn. So it was pretty nice in that regard. This was what I was mostly negating with the sinkholes. So, and then that was all the action cards. Then I had 2 Titan Abilities Ultra. It was fine. I don't know how much I like it. He's pretty good. His cost was pretty expensive. I mean, he definitely won me games. Being that, I mean, it was very strong in this format of sealed. I don't know how good he's going to perform in constructed, but I'm definitely interested in testing him out. And then we were playing 2 Lightning. He actually was not bad this tournament. I definitely wouldn't play him in any other regard, but in this specific pool, I think it was fine. Again, not a lot of cards to choose from, so I played with what I had. And then we played flips. So I'm going to go through the flips now, and I'm going to explain after what my reasonings were for choosing these and playing the ratios I did. So I played 1 Darkest Snare, 1 Hidden Treasure, 1 Constrictor, and then I played 2 Deep Freezes, 2 Sonic Shields, and then 2 Guard Spheres. Guard Sphere was really good, being able to stop any 3, an Aurelus, a Aquas, or a Ventus. That being said, the entire tournament it was used to stop purely Aquas. So, yeah, who knows? It was interesting. It kind of was meh. Sonic Shield's very good. I think it's good always. Deep Freeze was kind of good in one of my games. There was a dude playing mono shields, and Deep Freeze definitely saved me in that game. It was a very close match. That was the only game the entire tournament I lost anything more than a 1/4 of my deck, because by the end of the game, he was at 1 card in deck, I was at 2, and we just barely irked it out. So this was pretty good. Then I played 1 Constrictor for fists and helixes. I didn't really see helixes at all. Fists were common. I played fists. I played a fist. Some people were playing it. Hidden treasure was garbage. I wish I had played 2 Darkest Snare. I actually didn't realize the structure deck came with 2 Darkest Snares. I just missed it when I was going through all the cards. I 100% would have gotten rid of this. This was garbage the entire tournament. Never once got it off. It was awful. Granted, I didn't take a ton of damage in the tournament to begin with, but this was, in theory and in practice, very garbage. I was playing 9 flips. Because my theory and my thought process behind it was all the flips suck, you know? They're all bad. So I'm going to load up on them to hopefully stop what I can, when I can, where I can. And it worked, you know, it did its job fine. I was happy with it. So yeah, that was my pre-release deck. Thank you for watching, guys, and please subscribe, please like the video, and I'll see you next time.